Hello again, how's it going guys? I thought we'd start off by taking a look at the garlic. It's not quite ready yet, but I'll probably be pulling this sometime in the next couple of weeks. I'm growing 5 different types of garlic in all, 2 types that have been growing for years and years, and 3 types that I'm growing for the first time. These ones with the scapes on them are a hardneck type, and it looks like we have a little bit of rust happening on some of them, but I'm not too concerned about that. What I am concerned about is the size of some of these ones that I'm growing for the first time. They seem a little bit small, but I guess we shall see when we harvest them. Now I will be taking the scapes off, but I'm going to leave just a couple on for reasons that I'll tell you about later. A lot of people harvest their garlic way too early. They panic, they see some brown leaves or a little bit of rust and they think they've got to rip it out. Don't do that, leave it in the ground a little bit longer. It has to form that protective layer around the bulb, otherwise you're going to have some problems when it comes to storage. Someone taught me years ago that a good way of knowing when your garlic is ready for harvesting is to keep an eye on the scapes. What happens is the scape comes out and it starts to circle around. Now eventually what will happen is it will straighten itself out and point itself straight at the sky. Now when it does that, the garlic, they say, should have been harvested the day before. This is a softneck variety called Colossus, and like most softneck varieties it doesn't have a scape, so we can't really use that as a guide for harvesting. What they say is to look at the bottom 3 leaves. When the bottom 2 have died back and a third one is on its way, at that point you should think about harvesting your garlic. I don't necessarily follow that rule when it comes to harvesting the softneck garlic, although I will acknowledge that it's probably written by a person a lot more knowledgeable than myself. What I tend to do is I harvest the softneck at the same time as I harvest the hardneck, unless it falls over first. Well, that's taking a look at the garlic. Now I would suggest that if you're growing a lot of garlic that you're going to be storing, that you don't harvest your garlic too early. On the other hand, if you're just growing a little bit of garlic, it's only going to last you a couple of months, then I would suggest that you don't harvest it too late, if you can make any sense of that. Anyway, let's have a look at a different type of garlic. This is the elephant garlic that was sent to me from Woody quite a while ago now, and it's taken me a couple of years to get them to this stage. Now you might ask why it's taken so long. Basically the answer is they were not grown from cloves. These were grown from bulbils, and it takes considerably longer. We have 5 of them. After a couple of years have got scapes on them, and 4 of them don't. Now it's my guess that the ones with the scapes on them are going to have bulbs underneath, and these ones here which don't have the scapes on, they're just going to be rounds which we will have to grow on for a 3rd year. I'm going to get these out, we'll take a look and we'll see what needs to be done. Well, here it is, and as we saw, the ones with the scapes on did form bulbs. They're not very big bulbs, but they are bulbs all the same. This one looks a little bit strange. I'm going to take this one to pieces in a minute. We can see all the little bulbils on the bottom of them, and this is what they look like a couple of years ago. This is pretty much what Woody sent to me. Now this one here is still around, it hasn't bulbed, and this one didn't have escape on it neither. It's still got the little bulbils on the bottom, and there's one that almost looks like a wart on the side of it. I can probably pull that one off. What I'm going to do with this one is I will replant this later in the year, and hopefully next year I am going to get a really big elephant garlic bulb from this one. Now Stu from Petals on the Paving Slabs potted some of these bulbils up just a few weeks ago, and if you're watching, mate, this is what you get after a couple of years. I'm thinking it's going to take 3 years because these aren't really as big as we'd like them to be. This one I'm really hopeful for next year. This is around and I think it's going to produce a massive bulb. Now these bulbils I am not going to grow on again. I've done this project once, that's enough, but I'm told that you can peel them and eat them. I've never tried them, but we'll give them a go. Now they say that elephant garlic is more closely related to leeks than it is to garlic. And it just so happens that leeks are going to be going right into the bed where the elephant garlic just came from. Now because I am replacing garlic with leeks, I'm going to add in a little bit of composted cow and sheep manure, and I'm going to spread it on the top. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of Miracle Grow shake and feed. And then this year I think I'm going to go with the good old tried and tested way of dibbing the holes for the leeks to sit in. I've done them both ways in the past. Sometimes I've just planted them straight into the soil. I've never had a problem with soil getting inside the leeks as they are growing, but this way seems to work pretty well. And then we just drop them in the holes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. These are our chives, and quite frankly they've seen better days. Some of the leaves are starting to go yellow and we need to rejuvenate the whole plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hack it down right down low, and we're going to start again. What's going to happen is in about 3 weeks time to a month the whole thing is going to grow back and we're going to have a brand new chive plant. And these, I'm going to take out the flowers, and whatever's left I'm going to sift through, and we'll try and eat them over the next few weeks with our new potatoes. Now these are garlic chives, and I've grown these from seeds. Now they give you a lot of seeds in the packet. I think there's enough here to feed a whole city. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in this terracotta pot. And one of the things you have to remember when you grow any perennial in a terracotta pot is if you leave the pot outside all winter long, it's not going to last very long. So the best thing you can do is to take it inside or overwinter it in the greenhouse. Well, that's taken a look at the garlic. I've seen a few garlic videos this week, and one of them was from a young man called Robert, who I want to give a shout out to. He's got himself a great little channel called My Allotment Life. I will leave a link to it below. Pop across there, say hello and tell him that I sent you. Alright now, I think it's time for a beer. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section below, and if you haven't subscribed, ding the bell. Until next time, cheers.